Ancient Origins of the Celts, Ancient Civilizations documentary. I really have high expectations for this because it's a topic I love. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
When the Celtic people are mentioned, we think of images of painted warriors and mysterious druids, and a defeated warlord knelt before the might of the Roman eagle. It might remind
Glory to Rome.
One of the rolling hills of Wales, the rugged highlands of Scotland, or the Moher Cliffs of Ireland, where echoes of their ancient languages are still spoken today. Shared Celtic heritage is still dear to tens of millions of people worldwide. But who exactly were the ancient Celts? Welcome to our new series, covering a 1,500-year historical span of Europe's most enigmatic peoples. The sponsor of this video, Dungeon Fog.
You know what? This is really exciting. I like that he mentioned painted people because I have a lot to say about the actual paints, the body paints that Celtic people use. But I want to see if they go dive into it before speaking.
Was kind enough to create Celtic-themed assets on its platform just for this video.
Ooh.
So what is Dungeon Fog? It's
Man, those look nice.
a free online map maker and authoring tool created by dedicated gamers of tabletop RPG.
Well, that's lovely. It's a cool sponsor though. Let's go into the facts.
Clicking the link in the description. Don't forget that these ads support our channel and allow us to continue our work. For the most part, the ancient Celts left virtually no written records of their own existence, so we are reliant
That's correct.
almost solely on limited archaeological and etymological evidence to piece together their culture, while in the centuries leading up to the birth of Christ, a scattering of Greek and Roman writings give us a slightly more dynamic window into their society. Neither offer a complete survey of the Celtic world, but they provide us with a workable set of information that, in lieu of anything else, we have no choice but to rely on. The most popular narrative of the Celtic Genesis can be found in the town of Hallstatt.
Celtic Genesis. Okay, so I'm gonna be a little pedantic. I mean, that's me. Allow me to be a little pedantic. That's why we're here anyways. Not an attack, but I'm saying Hallstatt, the place of salt, it's Proto-Celtic. Now, he did say Genesis, but if you want to talk about Celtic proper, then it's Latin. So Hallstatt is really, really Proto. Maybe he'll say it. He did say Genesis, so it's not an attack, just a clarification.
Which sits nestled against a lake between the idyllic peaks of the Alps.
The Alps, yeah.
It was here, between the years of 1846 and 1863, that an Austrian mine operator, known as Johann Georg Ramsauer, excavated the derelict cemetery of an ancient salt mining community. The material culture discovered here was named the Hallstatt culture after the town it was discovered in, and is widely considered to be the birthplace of an early Celtic society.
Okay, he did say early Celtic. To be specific, it's Proto-Celtic.
The Hallstatt culture has since been broken up into 4 chronological phases, based on the evolution of artifacts found in its sites.
Yeah.
Hallstatt A and B emerged in the late Bronze Age between 1200 to 800 BC in Central Europe. It was initially a minor deviation of the Indo-European Urnfield complex, an older material culture prominent across much of Central Europe.
So far, the animations are fantastic. I love the map. I love the art style, and the information is really good. Did you notice that some of northern Italy is marked as Celtic? And that is absolutely correct. There are 2 specific places, Gola Secca and Canegrate, which are absolutely Celtic Iron Age cultures, a little later than this. But yeah, northern Italy was 100, because usually when we think of the Celts, you either think of the Brittonic Celts, including England, not just Wales, Ireland, Scotland, but England too. I mean, think of Cornwall. Then you think of the Iberian Celts, you think of course, Gauls, or France and all that. But in reality, northern Italy was absolutely Celtic. Absolutely Celtic.
Hallstatt's society was based on mining salt, copper and tin, and trading them to outlying regions. These were crucial products, for salt was used to preserve meat in winters, while copper and tin were used to forge bronze, the most
That is an interesting choice of color. He went for a reddish bronze in the animation here. I would have gone for a dull golden bronze because it's an axe head. A little nitpick here, but I'm doing it in good faith. Okay, I'm doing it because it's a nice video up to this point. I'm really enjoying it. I'm just saying I would have chosen that color. I think is more representative of axe heads and spearheads and swords and armor. of the period when it comes to bronze.
Precious metal of the era. The peoples of the Hallstatt heartland grew prosperous from this trade, which remained a core part of their economy for centuries to come. Around 800 BC, ironworking was introduced to the Hallstatt through trade with the Hittites and Greeks. This started the Hallstatt Sea era, where the Proto-Celts came into their own as a culture distinct from the Urnfield complex.
Yep.
They built hill forts throughout Central Europe, populating them with artisans and warriors, led by petty chieftains.
You know, it's really making me want to play one of those like old school civilization games like 3. Regardless, so I love the topic of the Celtic forts. I've been working on this for a while, and I'm producing a dedicated, very detailed video on the Oppida Oppidum, the fortified hill villages. Although then again, it's a lot deeper than you would think once you actually dive into the sources, and there is some misinformation about it. So I'm not going to comment too much on the Oppida because I'm going to make a dedicated video. Just to let you know that that's going to happen, I want to say this month, but probably beginning of February.